$50 billion is pouring into Dallas over the next 5 years, and by 2030, the city won't look anything like it does today. So new towers are going to be going up everywhere, brand new train lines are connecting neighborhoods, and entire districts are being built from scratch. So today I'm going to be breaking down year by year. You'll see exactly when each project finishes, which neighborhoods change first, and why this might be your best time to make a move. And by 2028 and 2029, the skylines are going to look completely different, and the northern suburbs, you won't even recognize them. So that final project in 2030 that ties this all together, make sure you stick around because you don't want to miss a single minute of this. And by the way, I'm Levi Lascsak. I've been living in Dallas for over 25 years, and I've helped over 100 families every single year navigate this market while buying or selling their home. And if you're a Dallas local trying to sell your home, or just looking at an investment opportunity, or looking to buy, or maybe you're just trying to figure out where Dallas is headed, this timeline has everything that you need to know. But before we jump into what's coming, we need to establish a baseline, okay? So I want to start with where Dallas stands right now. So let's talk about Dallas 2025. Let's call this the before picture. And I want to start with population. Dallas, Fort Worth has added over 150,000 people just this past year alone. And that's not a typo, right? We're now the third fastest growing metro in the entire United States, behind only New York and Houston. So the city of Dallas proper sits around 1.3 million people right now. And the growth is what's paying for all of these projects that we're about to talk about. But if you look at the economy, Dallas is home to 21 Fortune 500 company headquarters, and we just got ranked #1 in the nation for corporate headquarter moves. And between 2018 and 2024, Dallas got over 100 corporate headquarters that moved here, and it's leading all of U.S. metros. Only 3.5% of people are unemployed. So you got major sectors like you've got finance, technology, healthcare, logistics. They're all doing pretty well right now. And there's also some pretty recent big moves. You got Texas Instruments. They announced a $60 billion semiconductor factory in Richardson, as well as others in Texas and Utah. And then you have Encore Enterprises moving their headquarters from Plano to Dallas. Scotiabank is planning a major office in the Victory Park area. And these aren't really small companies. These are massive companies that are setting up shop. And the housing market right now tells a pretty interesting story, right? The average home price in Dallas is around $420,000. Now, the luxury market's doing great with multi-million-dollar home sales up 23% in 2025. Highland Park and Preston Hollow neighborhoods are hitting some record highs recently. So the market's changing from that crazy 2021-22 sellers market. More homes are for sale now, but that also gives buyers more room to negotiate than we've seen in the last few years. But if you look at today's skyline, it was, been dominated by Bank of America Plaza and, of course, Reunion Tower. And there's several new high rises under construction downtown and in uptown right now. But the most dramatic changes, those haven't even really happened yet. So cost of living still way cheaper than the coastal cities like San Francisco or New York or even Los Angeles, but it's going up because all of these new people and companies are moving here. And when you see what happens to property values by 2029, which we'll get to here in a bit, you'll understand why timing matters so much right now. But of course, there's no state income tax here in Texas, so that really brings in high earning workers. Property taxes are higher than the national average, but the overall tax benefits seem to balance out for most people. And I remember when downtown Dallas, it kind of felt empty even after 6 p.m. or 7 or 8. That's about to completely change, right? So that's Dallas right now in 2025, and already growing like crazy, already a business powerhouse with 21 Fortune 500 companies. But here's where it kind of really gets interesting. It all starts with 2026, where the infrastructure foundation starts to get built. And this is crucial because everything else depends on what happens in this next year. So let's call 2026 the infrastructure foundation portion of this growth opportunity here. So 2026 is when Dallas's transit story kind of completely changes, right? So if you're looking at neighborhoods anywhere in the northern suburbs, this could matter to you. But the Dart Silver Line just opened this last weekend, so October 25th, and is 26 miles of brand new train that's connecting DFW Airport all the way to Plano. So it's going to serve Grapevine, Capel, Dallas, Carrollton, Addison, Richardson, Plano. And so this is one of the final major pieces completing the DART's network here in Dallas, but it's part of a multi-billion-dollar DART expansion. So you got to think about, like, what does this create? Well, first of all, brand new opportunities near the train station. So neighborhoods near Silver Line stations, they could see a big value increases. And that's something else that's happening here too. You got the Cotton Belt Trail, and that's over 20 plus miles of walking and biking trail running alongside the Silver Line. So you're getting transit and trails all at once. But I mean, that's not really the only infrastructure piece. 35E Phase 2 finishes winter 2025 and early 2026. So that's a 6.5 mile rebuild from 635 to Denton County line. And they're expanding from 6 lanes to 8 lanes. So this should fix one of Texas' 100 most jammed roadways. So that should make driving to Frisco and prosperous Salina a little bit easier, hopefully, right? I mean, reduces traffic jams that's bothered a lot of us in the northern area for quite some time. But I want to tell you what's happening with jobs as well. You got corporate headquarters that just keep moving here. I mean, they're building on 2025's record year. So the tech sector is growing fast. You got AI, cybersecurity, cloud computing jobs. That's all seen a 17% jump in Dallas alone. So then you have Texas Instruments expanding their Richardson operations. You got Legacy West in Plano. That keeps adding new retail and dining and homes around that area. You got jobs are projected to grow 1.9% in 2025 and continue through the decade. And here's really the big one, is that Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is adding Terminal F. So that construction ramps up big time through 2026. So major construction on the Terminal F, which is over $4 billion. I mean, you can't miss it, right? Especially if you've gone to the airport recently like I have. The first phase is going to open in 2027. But wait until you see what it completely looks like once it's finished out in 2030, because it could change Dallas's entire position as a global city. And the groundwork is happening right now. So this will eventually add 31 gates total. They've doubled that from the original 15-gate plan, making Dallas-Fort Worth the world's largest airline hub with better international flights. And, you know, what does that mean for you and me? Well, the home demand spikes hard in the northern suburbs, probably, as it is. Frisco, Plano, Richardson, Prosper, areas along the Silver Line probably see prices go up as well. Traffic gets a little bit better with the new road space. Thousands of new jobs from companies moving here drive people looking for homes. And then you got new development begins near the Silver Line stations, right? And I get it. The Silver Line might not sound exciting at first, but what I've seen happen to neighborhoods whenever DART opens up new stations, typically you'll see some property values increase significantly. And so the transit improvements, I mean, that's kind of like setting the stage. This is where things start to get interesting, especially in 2027. Entire neighborhoods start kind of transforming before your eyes. So it's not really just about the infrastructure anymore. We're talking about actual communities that are going to be changing. And so if we move into 2027, let's talk about the neighborhood transformation as that begins. So if 2026 was about infrastructure getting built, 2027 is when neighborhoods start looking different. And I'm not just talking about, you know, Frisco and Plano that everyone knows about. I want to tell you about South Dallas, which, by the way, I always get a lot of flack on here. Everyone always says, you never talk about South Dallas. All right, well, now we're talking about South Dallas. So South Dallas is finally going to get a major investment. So around the Fair Park area, the plan was adopted by the city council in June of 2025. So after 4 years of working with the community, so they are proposing by 2027, you're seeing the first results of improvements and development. And the plan covers 14 neighborhoods. You've got Bertrand, you've got Bexar Street, you've got Bonton, you've got Colonial Hill, you've got Fair Park Estates, Mill City, and a couple others, new homes designed to fit the neighborhood character. So they're saying they're not going to try to push people out. So infrastructure improvements are looking to fix decades of neglect, and they're trying to keep that rich cultural heritage and the civil rights history there alive. So bringing back the retail services that the community wants. Then you have new development around existing DART train connections, protections that'll keep existing residents from being forced out. I've always had my eye on South Dallas for years. What's happening there right now kind of reminds me of what happened in Bishop Arts over the last 10 to 15 years. And look at Bishop Arts property values now. But South Dallas isn't really the only area transforming, because uptown it becomes Dallas's financial district. So you got multiple new luxury apartments and office towers that are finishing construction. You got financial activity shifts big time from the old downtown to uptown. You got high rises and apartment projects that add a lot of density to the neighborhood. So it's super walkable around the DART station. So uptown's becoming Dallas's answer to like Midtown Manhattan. But if you want to talk about the northern suburbs, then the northern suburbs, of course, they're just growing like crazy. Frisco has new corporate campuses coming. The Fields development is moving forward. That includes the site of course, the Universal Kids Resort. Plano has more master plan communities that are breaking ground. Both cities are adding entertainment places, dining, retail. Companies are moving here. They're driving a lot of the housing demand. And this is a major milestone, right? The airport Terminal F first phase, that opens on schedule in 2027. So the first 15 gates start working, and eventually 31 total by 2030. They also proposed to have better international flight processing that also comes online. So American Airlines hub starts to take shape. It's one of the airport's largest parking garages also to open to serve Terminal F. But something else that's pretty interesting, right? Deep Ellum is going to get federal infrastructure money. So there's a $2 million federal grant from January of 2025, and that's now starting to get used. So a new trail system connects downtown Dallas, Deep Ellum, and South Dallas. And they view these green infrastructure projects to improve the environment. You got mixed-use districts that keep changing with the new developments. The 300-acre Deep Ellum TIF district investments becomes visible throughout the neighborhood as well. So by the end of 2027, you're starting to see real neighborhood changes. You got South Dallas changing after many, many years of neglect. You got Uptown adding more massive towers. The northern suburbs are growing pretty fast. But what's coming in 2028? Well, that's when the billion-dollar district rebuilds take shape. So we're talking about projects on a completely different scale. Now, before we get to 2028, here's the thing. If you're thinking about selling your home in Dallas, of course, timing matters. These projects are changing property values in very specific areas. Some neighborhoods will see massive gains. Others won't benefit nearly as much. So if you want to know exactly how this type of growth is going to affect your specific situation, go ahead and reach out. All of my information is below or on the screen. It's best to talk with you about your own individual situation. All right, so let's jump into 2028, and this is where things really start to get exciting. And we'll say this year is whenever the mega projects really start to take shape. So 2028 is when Dallas kind of stops being a work in progress. It really starts looking like the finished product. We're talking about multi-billion-dollar developments that will completely change the feel of entire districts. So I want to start with the biggest one. Highline Square transforms the design district. The project is expected to show major visible progress by 2028, and this sits at the corner of Oak Lawn and 35E in the design district. So multi-$100 million investment. There's a 17-story office tower. It's got 186,000 square feet with hotel-style amenities. There's a 30-story apartment tower with 300 luxury units, penthouses and townhomes. There's 45,000 square feet of high-end retail and design showrooms. And of course, the signature feature, right, is going to be Dallas's highest swimming pool. So it becomes an instant landmark, plus 6,000 square foot outdoor terrace with views. This is designed by Perkins and Will Architects, blends industrial charm with modern style. And this changes the design district from mostly commercial into a true mixed-use spot. And it creates a walkable area along Highline Drive where people can live, work, and shop in the same place. But Dallas isn't the only city transforming. You've got Fort Worth as well, and a lot of you on here always give me a hard time about not talking about Fort Worth. Well, here you go. Now, Fort Worth is getting a $1.7 billion mixed-use development project, and it's going to change 37 acres east of downtown Fort Worth. So we're talking about thousands of homes that are going to be planned there, offices, retail, green spaces throughout. One of Fort Worth's first mass timber buildings, which is a pretty cool construction method. And this kind of changes an underused area into kind of a walkable, transit-friendly urban district. It makes the entire Dallas-Fort Worth area feel more connected, part of a broader Fort Worth changes. But here's what's happening with culture and entertainment. Cultural and entertainment places start to boom across the city as well. And the Dallas Arts District keeps expanding with new galleries. Deep Ellum adds new music venues. You got Fair Park programming, grows a lot with the South Dallas plan. Entertainment options are starting to spread across the city. And of course, you don't want to forget about healthcare and education. Major hospital and university expansions start to happen. So UT Southwestern Medical Center grows its campuses quite a bit. And the healthcare sector's impact on Dallas by 2030, which we'll cover here in just a bit, really solidifies the city's reputation as a national medical hub. So that makes Dallas's reputation as a top medical hub even stronger. You got Southern Methodist University, and that keeps growing its campus. So it's bringing in students, more teachers, researchers from really across the nation. You got medical and education sectors that are driving high-skilled job growth. But here's something sports fans will actually love, right? Toyota Stadium finishes renovations in Frisco. So it's got a $182 million renovation that wraps up. Construction began this year in 2025, but it's going to be finishing in 2028. They're going to grow the seat count from 19,000 to 22,000, give you better club options. More shade, which is very much needed here in Texas, trust me, especially if you're just sitting there watching a game. And by the way, that was a big improvement to the Ranger Stadium whenever they built the new stadium. It's completely enclosed. So before, you used to just sit there in the stands and bake during the summer season. I mean, you got Highline Square is going to be amazing. I mean, the highest swimming pool in Dallas. I mean, that's going to become one of the most iconic spots that everyone talks about. Then you got these billion-dollar projects that are pretty impressive, but wait until you see what the skyline looks like by 2029. And that's when you'll see the visual transformation of the entire area of Dallas. Now, by 2029, if you compare photos of Dallas from 2025 to what the city looks like now, you probably won't believe it's the same place. And of course, think about real estate and the real estate market. It's going to be a completely different story. So the skyline's change is going to be pretty dramatic. I mean, you're going to have new towers that fill up downtown Dallas. Uptown adds major vertical density as well. You've got the design district. Skyline emerges with Highline Square. You got Terminal F expansion. That'll be visible from certain spots. I mean, the city feels kind of like more like a major global city. And also what kind of gets interesting for property values, I mean, real estate market gains show kind of specific patterns. I mean, Highland Park luxury market continues with its strong performance. 2025 saw a 12% appreciation. University Park seeing 4% yearly gains. But it's not just really the luxury markets. I mean, you got the Silver Line neighborhoods that set premium pricing near the train stations. I mean, South Dallas and Fair Park areas show early gains appearing without pushing the people out. And remember Richardson, I mentioned earlier this year. I mean, I think Richardson sees a pretty big gain from a low starting point in 2025, but due to the tech sector, you got northern suburbs, Frisco, Prosper, Plano, Richardson could be lumped in there as well, performing very well in master plan communities. But here's something most people underestimate. The transit network reaches full strength, right? The Dart Silver Line runs fully with set ridership patterns. Transit-based developments do well along the entire route. And so these transit-oriented developments should reach peak efficiency by 2030, completely change how people think about living in Dallas. And you got less car needs and key areas become a lifestyle reality. So way better connection between northern suburbs and the urban core. But I want to talk about the corporate moves as well from earlier years. So corporate headquarters impacts are now fully visible. The 100 plus corporate moves between 2018 and 2024 show a really kind of complete effect. I mean, luxury home demand stays strong. Major job hubs shift noticeably north. Dallas keeps ranking as the top metro for headquarter moves. And of course, you got the population growth. I mean, it's sustained. I mean, Dallas-Fort Worth keeps adding about 150,000 plus people yearly. So projections show 3+ million more DFW residents over the 20-year outlook, and home demand sustained by population and corporate growth. And of course, infrastructure investments support that continued growth as well. Look, I've been investing in Dallas real estate over 20 years, and I think now is just as good as time as any. You're not too late. There's so much more to come in the Dallas area. So everything we've covered, all of the projects, all of the growth, this all really starts to come together in 2030 to show what 50 billion bought this city. And that's the year where we finally see the complete picture. And we'll call 2030 the peak transformation and kind of like the big reveal. And, by 2030, Dallas could be unrecognizable the way it is today. I mean, this is what $50 billion buys you. I want to start with the Highline Square. You got Highline Square that's now fully operational, the complete mixed-use experience functions. You got the design districts set up as a major home, office, and retail spot. You got the highest swimming pool in Dallas runs as a signature feature and landmark. The walkable urban space along Highline Drive, that's fully built out. People live, work, and shop within the same district. But the biggest transformation, Terminal F is done. It's running completely. All 31 gates are fully working, and that's doubled from the original 15-gate plan. And Dallas is now set up as the world's largest airline hub. And so you got better international connections to global spots. American Airlines Central Hub is fully working. That's a major economic impact, of course, because that leads to more tourism, business travel, business relocation. The new Central Skyline station and walking connection to Terminal D is working. So one of the airport's largest parking garages serves Terminal F. And think about transit at peak performance as well. The transit network reaches peak power. The Silver Line is fully mature with strong ridership. Think about transit-based developments do well throughout the area. Less traffic, hopefully visible in the key areas. Better quality of life through more transportation options. The DART Transform program vehicle upgrades and station improvements are done. So what did $50 billion buy Dallas? Well, if we want to really break it down, you got a brand new infrastructure, you got modern roads, you've got full transit, a bigger airport, a more balanced economy, tech, healthcare, finance, logistics, all kind of balanced out, better resources spread throughout, smart South Dallas investment, a city better ready for climate challenges and fast population growth pressures, better global pull, bringing international business, tourism, talent. That's the foundation laid for the next 50 years of growth. And the numbers back this up. Population and business metrics hit. You got sustained addition of 150,000 plus people yearly. Fortune 500 headquarters keep moving here. Job growth sustained at, say, 1.9% yearly. Home demand kept up by population and corporate expansion. Unemployment staying near 3.5%. And what's really fascinating about the winner. So here's what's fascinating about the winners. Clear neighborhood winners come out of this. Northern suburbs, Frisco, Prosper, Plano, they have matured. They have highly sought after master plan communities. You got the Silver Line areas that has transit-based premium pricing set. Richardson changed into a recognized tech hub with some pretty big gains. You got South Dallas and Fair Park show visible change while avoiding pushing people out. Downtown and Uptown create a pretty dense urban core with luxury homes and top office spaces. And of course, the design district finishes change into, a pretty cool mixed use spot. But the bottom line is that the investment idea is fully realized. Smart infrastructure spending created a measurable economic multiplier effect here. Corporate moves validated by better infrastructure and quality of life. Quality of life improvements brought in and kept top talent. You got real estate gains focused in predicted smart growth areas. Dallas positioned perfectly for the next phase of growth beyond 2030. And there's one more thing worth mentioning as well. You got the FIFA World Cup in 2026 and legacy infrastructure pays off. AT&T Stadium gets a $295 million renovation. K. Bailey Hutchinson Convention Center has some updates, smart city infrastructure. They're going to be throwing all kinds of new tech into that. And then you have DART transit improvements and backup bus fleet systems kind of working together. Fair Park improvements and programming continue beyond the event. That'll probably affect the State Fair of Texas as well. And so from that Silver Line connecting the northern suburbs in 2026 to Terminal F, making Dallas-Fort Worth the world's largest airline hub. Then you got Highline Square changing the design district to South Dallas, getting the investment that's needed and deserved. And this is how a city becomes kind of a global player. So remember that $50 billion I mentioned at the very start. This is what it bought, right? I mean, it's not just buildings and roads. It's a completely changed city that's ready for the next 50 years of growth. And if you found this video helpful and you want to dig in a little bit more on some of those mega projects as well, check out this video here where I do a deep dive into the biggest mega projects to come. And again, if you're thinking about selling your home in the Dallas area, check the description below. You can get a cash offer for your home or just contact myself and the team directly. We'd be happy to talk to you about your specific situation. And until next time, well, we hope to show you around town.